suggested it was a dick pic.
Enough! Oh my god.
Hey, what's up you guys, this is Rob from The Gay Guy Plays, and today on #confirmed, this is part 2 of us digging into Devstream 120. Now I know in the previous video I said Devstream 119, but really that's only because I got super excited about Mesa Prime, all the other Prime bits that come along with her, as well as Baruch. So if you guys haven't checked that out already, be sure to go ahead and jump on over there. And I'm sorry for saying Devstream 119, it was Devstream 120, okay? I know why y'all got your panties in a bunch. Regardless, we still have some topics that we need to cover today, and I'm very excited. However, this first one that we're jumping into kind of scares me a little bit. The DE might end up killing Red Text. Don't kill Red Text. They said that they weren't going to kill Red Text, but I never trust any promises from any companies these days, okay? Listen, DE said that they are going to start working with a professional modding company. Now, usually all of the kind of like chat modding is going to be in-house. Now they're going to be working with professionals, and they said that that would also stretch to what goes on with the way that they kind of present themselves sometimes, yada yada. Now, they swore Red Text would not change. They swore that Fortuna 69 would not change, and I love them to death for all of their Johnson and Dick talk on stream, and I hope that that never changes, because that's what I love about DE. Don't let these professional modders crush the culture of dicks within Warframe.
Yeah.
Why not?
We're already done.
Every dick pic story gets a prize. So
We need more dicks. Anyway, and pleasure bots as well, apparently. Regardless, with that aside, let's go ahead and jump into a couple of the non-Fortuna 2.0 items. Now, I do have some, what is it called, assets for these, because we always love a good asset over here. Some of these items might be coming out with Fortuna 2.0, specifically the new 2 UI themes. So we actually have a Stalker theme, which really nobody gives a shit about. Nobody cares about the Stalker. Nobody of any importance really gives a shit about that. What we really should be going gaga over, of course, is the Corpus theme. It looks so slick and geometrical and just layered. It's beautiful and wonderful, and I'm very excited for that one. So I'm hoping that comes out with Fortuna 2.0. I don't think that they actually gave out a specific timeline for when that would launch, but hopefully that also stretches to them working on other UI bits that they've been working on in the past, because not all of the windows are yet UI. Regardless, the things that we can definitely be assured are not going to be launching with Fortuna 2.0 are, of course, a new slew of deluxe skins. We did get to take a look at the concept art for a couple, which include the Equinox Deluxe. Now, we've seen the Equinox Deluxe before, however, they did do a little bit of a polish and color pass on it. So as you guys know, this was a weird kind of mix of Oni and like, I guess you would say, angelic spiritual samurai fighter that had some bugs and some like floral inspiration. There's a lot going on with the Equinox Deluxe art, and to be honest with you, there's a dog attacking cats in the background, so we're gonna pretend that that didn't happen. But legitimately, there's a lot going on with this art, and previous to this, like maybe if it was about 6 months ago, I would be a little bit worried as to how they were going to tackle it. However, as we've been seeing with the work that the art team has been doing on previous deluxe skins that have been launched this year, as well as Mesa Prime, I'm kind of like, y'all can make it happen, so I'm excited to see exactly how they bring this one to life. The next thing that we saw, which was a little bit plainer, however, it still did look badass, which is, of course, the Wukong Deluxe skin. It's this kind of like rocky, almost iron version, and it looks pretty damn dope. They did say that they were going to do some tweaks on the colors. It wasn't 100% finished, which is good, because they also went ahead and discussed the fact that Wukong probably needs a little bit of a rework. Now, I'm not sure if it's going to be a full-on, like, complete like overhaul of his abilities, but they did kind of acknowledge the fact that Defy was the shining star of Wukong's kit, and the other things that he kind of got along to go with it weren't necessarily all that spectacular. So I hope we start seeing some information on that soon, but like Scott said, you know, we'll probably launch this with the deluxe skins that are going out, so he's probably got a little bit of time, because we also have one more deluxe skin that is coming out, and we actually have an in-game model for it, which of course was the Limbo Deluxe skin. Now this one, oh, okay. Let me tell you, I know that a lot of you guys were like looking at the artwork and you're like, oh, this looks stupid, like we hate this is weird, why does he have a weird flap on his face, why does he have like no feet, he's just like got little peg leg stumps. I like the art. However, seeing it in game, I'm not 100% sold, and maybe, you know, I need to do some customization myself and play around with it, but I think the number one thing that I did not like about the Limbo Deluxe skin was how floppy it felt. It felt like there was a lot of flop going on, and you know me, I like some firmness. I like a little bit more structure. I like rigidity and firmness, and it just felt a bit flaccid. Nobody wants a flaccid deluxe skin. No flaccidness here. We like things nice and strong. But that is one of the things that I noticed is there was a little bit of flopping around. I'm not sure if the physics are 100% done on it, but it looks, I can see it when you're standing still and everything is kind of laying. It looks cool, but in action, there just feels like there's a lot of woo, woo, woo. And I mean, he's a void sorcerer, so exactly what are you going to say about that? Now, moving along to the big bit that everybody is talking about over here is, of course, you know, more dogs attacking cats in the background. However, Fortuna 2.0, they did say their goal was to release it before the holidays. So clearly, we've only got a couple weeks left before those holidays hit. So part of me is thinking in my head, holy camoles, exactly how is this gonna work? Because there's a lot of things coming out. So let's just go ahead and jump on in. Now for some of you guys out there who are really interested in this, we've got floofs. More floofs are coming out. In all honesty, I haven't even gotten my first floof yet. I've really just been focusing on all tea, no shade. The actual gameplay, you know, I'm not out there hunting animals. I want some floofs, and eventually, maybe, but, you know, I've got a couple bits and pieces that I want to take care of that. But we are going to get 3 new species to hunt, and I'm not 100% sure if they were being serious about this, but one of them is going to have corrosive poop. Just putting that out there. I'm not sure if there are different types of poop that you guys need to be cautious about, but, you know, fill me in the comments below whether poop type matters. Moving along, they started to talk about the Profit Taker fight, and this one is going to be really interesting. So there is a minimum standing that you're going to need to hit. How much that minimum standing is, we're not 100% sure, and that we would be collaborating with some of the characters that we know in the back room. They didn't really want to go in too deep with what that fight was going to be like, especially because consoles are just going to be receiving Fortuna this upcoming Monday. So they're like, we're not going to spoil anything for you. But if you have not been working on getting your toroids and farming those up, because I believe this is going to be a Vox Solaris thing. So make sure you start farming those things and get your shit together before all of this drops, because who knows? We don't know if the minimum is going to be the maximum that we're currently at, or if there's going to be another couple of echelons before we can start jumping in and fighting them. So get your farming ready, all right? Next up, the thing that they kind of leaned into with this is that, yes, we are going to be able to use our Arcwing guns as heavy guns on land, and that is going to be coming with Fortuna 2.0 as well. However, it is going to require a tech component to be stolen from the corpus in order to be able to utilize them. Not sure exactly what that means, not sure exactly how that's going to affect gameplay or whatnot, but there are a couple things that they did confirm. First off, they will be using the Arcwing gun mod, so if you haven't farmed them, just shut the fuck up and go farm them already. It's really not that hard. All of these like whiny babies crying, it's so hard in Arcwing. It's only hard because you haven't leveled up your mods and you haven't got any practice. Get some practice, you're gonna be fine, babe. I can Listen, gay Asian man driving around in space doing just fine. You should be able to do it too, okay? I'm just saying. So not only are they going to be using the Arcwing mods, they will also be using some new mods, because there will be more mods coming in for them. So very, very excited for that. Now, bringing it on back home into Fortuna, Legs is going to have more legs. There are going to be more leg options for our MOA companions, a couple of different styles that look a little bit heavier. And for those of you guys who aren't aware, the legs actually control what innate polarity the what is it called? The MOAs come with. So each of these different legs are going to give you different polarities, just in case that matters to you. But really, I think for us MOAs, not for us MOAs, because I'm not a MOA, but for the people who use MOAs, they use them more for the looks than anything. So I don't know, more options. Hopefully you guys have saved up and you can use a little bit of standing on that. Moving along, keeping it in the Fortuna area, there are going to be new operator cosmetics that come from the Vent Kids. Now, I think that this is great, mainly because of the fact that the Vent Kids don't really have much to spend on after you've maxed your Vent Kid standing. Like, legitimately, I've got all the mods, I've already got my K drive, and I'm just kind of chilling. I'm like, when are you gonna offer me something that I need? However, there are going to be new cosmetics. I think that there'd be 2 new looks that are available. I'll be honest with you, like, Rebecca previewed them and she was trying to show them off to us, but with her color scheme, I couldn't really tell. But one does include a skirt that has floofs on it, and there's a lot of weird headgear and shit. So if you're interested in operator cosmetics, actually leave down in the comments below if you are absolutely being driven crazy by this puppy who is attacking the kitties. But also tell me if you are interested in seeing an operator cosmetics video. I get a lot of requests for it, but I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't think anybody's looking for it, but we might do it if enough of you guys are like, yes, we need this. So now moving out of Fortuna, we've got a couple things that are going to be changing. As you guys know, Nyx and Titania are... Oh wait, before we move on from that, K-Drive mods. There's going to be more K-Drive mods, and they are going to do some balance passes on them. So be very aware, that's a thing. Don't worry, they are coming. And also, for the Arcwing guns thing, see, I've been like all over the place. Arcwing guns, enemies gonna get Arcwing guns too. They showed a Corpus crewman with a Fluctus. So get your butts ready because they are coming. I don't know if they're gonna be general mods or if they're gonna be like boss enemies or whatnot, but they coming, okay? Just so that you know. Anyway, let's go ahead and move on to Nyx. So they did show off some of the rework there. Of course, we already have the dev workshop, and I'll go ahead and post a link up to that in the corner above, just in case you guys haven't been paying attention. But as you guys know, Nyx's mind control is now going to receive like a 4-second invulnerability duration where you can pump your mind controlled target filled with damage. Now, they said that the numbers weren't 100%, but it seemed kind of normal when Rebecca was like playing around with it. She was able to get 2.5k bonus damage onto her mind controlled target via the use of the Lanka. She just kept pumping it up with some damage, and I'm like, okay, 2.5k damage buff, interesting. Let's see if that sticks, and let's see what that scales with, if there's a max to that, or if you're just allowed to go in as hard as you want to. But they were definitely doing some damage there. Psychic Bolt, of course, has that defense debuff, which is going to strip enemies of armor or shielding or whatever, just basically kind of like leave them open to be killed by other things. Of course, we've got Chaos, which stays the same, and then Absorb, where the only thing that's really changed from this is damage is no longer converted into a different damage type. It's just whatever damages come in is the exact same damage that is going to be going out. The dog is also humping the cat in the background, just so that you're aware of all that. Basically, the way that they said with Nyx is they wanted to make it so that all of the damage that her powers do aren't actually her doing damage to things, but rather taking damage that was either meant for her or meant for her team and pitting it back out against the enemy. And I really liked the thought behind that. I was like, oh, that's a good way, because she is the manipulator. She's not necessarily the telekinetic where she throws shit around, but she's like, I'm gonna manipulate you, I'm gonna manipulate you, you're gonna all do my bidding, you're gonna be my little peasant people. And, you know, more power to you, Nixie. Moving on to my queen, which is of course Miss Titania. They did actually go ahead and show off a little bit of her powers. Again, they are condensing the tribute ability, so the tribute ability you no longer need to get stacks for, we already know that. Then one of the things that they showed off was, I believe it's called Pixie Dust, Fairy Dust. It's her first ability. I don't really remember the name because I don't remember the names of anything, but what they showed was the momentum from it. And now what we saw when Titania used it on enemy, you didn't see the enemy like floating off crazily into random different directions. They weren't hoisted up into the air very, very fast. They just kind of hovered there. Now, I'm sure that there is still some momentum that goes along with it, but on its own, it seems like a very nice version of the control. You know, it's not as, it doesn't seem to be bouncing all over the place like it was before, or being lifted too high into the air like it was before. The other thing that goes along with that too is lanterns. So in the dev workshop, they said that lantern, you'd be able to cast it on 4 different targets, and holding down lantern would cause all of them to explode. All right. But they also said that the lantern tethering would be better as well, and it definitely looked really, really good on the screen. They did show it, you know, being struck by the Dex Pixia, and that it was still being moved around a bit, but it was not as crazy as it was in the past. So I'm really, really excited to see how that all pans out, because as you guys know, Titania is one of my favorites. And if you guys have not gotten into her, she's a great way for you to kind of start learning how to play Arcwing. She's like your Arcwing lubricant, for lack of a better term. Just gets you in there, you know? So definitely pick her up. I just hope that they don't fuck up her Razor Wing by making it so that the goddamn vacuum is too big on it. 3 meters, that's all we need. All right. So that about does it for this setup. That's all that I really felt was worth talking about in this whole episode, I guess you would say, because we've already covered so much in the previous one. I'll have that in the end card just in case you guys want to go ahead and check it out. But let me know how you guys feel about all of this. Are you excited about Fortuna 2.0? Have you been farming your toroids? Are you like stocking up so you can get them done? Are you excited about Nyx? I had some people in Twitch chat that weren't the most excited, but I was like, I think it's a nice concept. And of course, floofs. Are you a floof lover? Or what's up with your life? And at least for me, the most important part of this all is, would you cry at the loss of red text? Regardless, that about does it for me for now. I gotta get these animals together, y'all. So as always, love somebody, hurt nobody, and touch your body. Man, the lives of being a pet parent. I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.